I'm Donna Davis along with Frank Pellegrudo of Decks and More, and we are talking all about decks, porches, and patios today and want you to ask your questions. So you can ask any of your decking or construction questions. It is called Decks and More, so they do more than just decks. But ask your questions in the comments and we'll get to those as we can. And Frank, I know you got a lot of awards to get to today.
Well, yeah, thank you very much, Donna, for having us. I mean, we've been very blessed this year. I think we won over 15 different awards since September, and it's just, truly an honor to be recognized, with all your peers and the people and everything else. So thank you very much for that kind introduction.
It has been a huge year for Decks and More. You're always winning awards, but this year was just amazing. And let's first start off talking about the one you won from Atlanta Home Improvement Magazine, the Best of. So
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about that one.
Every year, My Home Improvement or My Home Magazine, they put out this thing and it goes out to different people to vote. So it's really, we're very fortunate and blessed that we got enough votes, and there was stiff competition this year, and we won for the 5th year in a row the Best Deck Design and Build Company, and basically voted by the people.
Yeah, that's such an honor because that's not just like your projects have won, and you're used to having your projects win, and you're used to winning this, but this says your customers really like you. And these get voted on by a lot of people within the industry, a lot of homeowners, the people who love My Home Improvement Magazine or My Home Magazine now, they love you. So that's great.
Yeah, well, they do a great job.
Yeah.
We've been partnering with them probably now for 17, 18 years. And like I said, they've started this contest about 5 years ago. The good thing, it's about the people putting it out in front of the clients, in front of your, the people you work with, and here's 5, 6 players, and then you get to vote, and it's really up to the people, and a little bit of a popularity contest, I would say, but if you deliver excellent service and strive for excellence in everything you do, like we do, it pans out.
Right. So congratulations on that. Let's talk about some of the builder awards that you've gotten from the trades, both the National Association of the Deck, is it Deck
and Rail Association, yep.
Yeah.
And like I said, once again, this is a very stiff competition. I know for a fact there was over 300 entries.
Wow.
There's probably about 20 categories. And once again, you got to come correct with your entries. And like I said, the basic thing is you got to have something, not just a mundane deck. You got to have something a little bit creative,
right?
A little bit, outside the box.
Yeah.
And it's not just me. It's also my clients putting in their input.
So let's talk about this one. Tell us about this project and this particular win.
Okay, this was a job we did in Roswell. We'll call it the Roswell job, and we did a beautiful outdoor living space. We have, you can see in the very, very background, there's a screened-in porch, an amazing outdoor kitchen with a curved radius roof. You've got the kiln-dried after-treatment type of decking boards with the black aluminum rails. The outdoor kitchen is made with the cedar wood, Western red cedar, hand-chiseled stacked stone with stainless steel appliances. We put low-voltage lighting in there as well. It just came out really, really nice. The client did a great job working with us and picking out different features. Now, here's the inside. Beautiful covered porch. Once again, we used a lot of PVC around the framework. We do have a tongue and groove ceiling. We have recessed lights, beautiful tile floor. The client did a great job picking out the furniture. There's an amazing picture looking straight onward. And like I said, we even did a design where we kind of broke up the openings into 3 and did 2 smaller ones and a bigger one in the middle. But it came out nice with that curved radius roof. Just something really special. Well, once again, you can see the curved radius roof. There's a nice patio down below. Nice angular. Just to see underneath, we put an underdeck system. We did the natural stacked stone columns. We did the tile floor with the access to the upper level, the ceiling fan, and like a nice project overall.
And what kind of styles and trends did you do in this project that you're seeing become more popular with people, like the outdoor kitchen, right? The stacked stone.
Everybody wants the outdoor kitchen, and ever since we've done one about 2 years ago where we won some awards for, this is like the model, and we probably sold about 5 more of these because people love the look of it. And like I said, we can cater to what you want. We can get you, if you want a grill, you want a smoker, we want a storage drawer, drop-in cooler. You can even get a beer tap. Whatever you wish for, just tell us what you're looking for. We'll come up with a plan and design that best suits your needs.
Right. And that's what you do with everything. Every project, it's all about what do you want, and then you sit down and talk about budget and then offer like 3 designs, right?
Yeah, I try if it's possible. And most time we can get you 3. We want to do the good, the better, the best options for you. And like I said, we're doing something a little different. Some guys will come out, what you want, and they'll give you what you think, and I'll take your information, but I'll come up with plan 1, plan 2, plan 3, if you engage us for design, and really develop that with you, get your thoughts, your ideas, and your desires, and get what you want and deserve, because this is going to be in your home.
Exactly. So let's talk about some other awards, because you didn't just win that one. You won lots of them this year.
Yes.
So this is one for green entire house and or addition.
Yes.
So tell us all of what you did here first.
Well, basically we had, I call it a 4-part project. We'll see the third one here. We did a sunroom on the far left, a screen and porch, and then we did the composite deck, with the low voltage lighting. And really, we have a lot of green features. All the windows on there are basically Energy Star rated windows. Here you're looking at the porch. We have an Envision Deck by Tamco. We have the black aluminum rails. We have handrails by Trex with the low voltage lighting, and it came out with a nice PVC. I believe that's AZAC columns out of PVC. And then in the far, you can see they got tongue and groove ceiling on the other, on the inside of this. There it is. Beautiful tile floor. Now, once again, I got handed to my clients. I came up with some ideas. They came up with some ideas. They came out with, the furniture. They picked out the paint colors. They picked out the tile. And we kind of catered to what they wanted.
Yeah, I love the flooring and the ceiling in this.
Yeah, and some people just, you look at this straight on and you see by the handrails there's some low voltage lighting, and then the recessed lights in the ceiling. Lighting adds so much impact, and I'm a very, imperative, guys, the low voltage lighting, don't overlook it. And maybe, a couple $1,000s more, but on a big project like this, it just adds so much character, so much ambiance.
It absolutely does. It's so pretty. And you always use like green materials when you can, right? Not even on just the projects that you won for green. And this is one
Well, we try to use sustainable products. I mean, Energy Star rated windows, the tile floor, the beadboard ceiling. And like I said, we try to make it, even we upgraded, the HVAC system, which was an Energy Star rated system as well, to make it more efficient, because we added this about 300 square feet to the home. And once again, Miss Tammy, who was the client, she wanted a beach theme retreat. She picked out the paint color, she picked out the furniture, she picked out the blinds. I came up with the window design, and together she got what she wanted. We added a little touch here or there. We love the vaulted ceiling. We love the half moon, light. Adds a lot of natural light to this product and project, and it just came out very, very well because we worked together.
Right, and she was thrilled with it, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
So it's always good when your client is thrilled, and it's great that you can make it this collaborative, project. And I know you get really excited when you tell me about your clients' ideas that you're able to take and, bring them to life.
Well, and the main thing is we listen, we learn, and we adjust, and we try to deliver what you want. What you want and desire. This is your home, but we got a picture book, we got some ideas. We will come up with a game plan that'll best suit your needs, and together we'll deliver a project that'll make you the envy of the neighborhood.
Absolutely. I'm sure all of these projects do. And I think we have some more award winners, right, Alex? So this is the lower level of the same green project that we saw earlier.
Like you said, this came out really, really nice. We actually, you see at the bottom, you see a little bit of a retaining wall, which had to build. We put some large river rock there. This is a Belgard paver system. We did natural stack stone. It's ashlar type stack stone. You have the PVC columns. You have the entryway into the staircase. That's the Envision Tamco decking. And then you got the Trex rail system and beautiful landscaping and a little pathway for an entryway, and like the curved arches, the beadboard ceiling. It just came out really, really well, really nice. And when you're underneath here, it's about 15 degrees cooler, so it's 95 degrees outside because of the roof and the floor system you have above. it really keeps you a lot cooler. And then in the winter, everybody loves to sit by a nice fire.
Right, I know. That is beautiful. Are you finding that a lot of people are wanting fireplaces outside?
It's a growing trend. It all depends. Like some people want fire pits, some people want fireplaces, and it's like you said, they love it when they see it. It's just sometimes the fire pits are more cost effective than the fireplaces.
Right.
So it really depends on your budget, and that's the one thing we can a la carte certain items, and you can always add the fireplace later. You can put a fire pit now, but it's really up to you what you want.
Yeah, exactly. So let's see some more award-winning pictures. Okay. So this one won NARI, that's the National Association of the Remodeling Industry, their Contractor of the Year awards, and you won several 2019 awards. So tell us about this one.
This one, we're very fortunate and blessed. I believe this was residential exterior from 50 to 100,000, and we won the local Atlanta chapter award, and we won the regional award. We're up for a national award on this one. We'll know in April if we, if we're the winner of that as well. But this was a unique project because this was one of those things where most decks you'd have about 2 more columns in the middle, and we came in with an engineered beam, which is another green solution. We have 4 columns holding up this deck structure. We have some nice decorative trim around the columns, and we got like a 3-piece crown set on the columns itself. And then you have this beautiful Chippendale handrail that just looks stunning.
Yeah, so tell me a little bit about, sometimes these award winners have a certain creative challenge or that kind of thing to it. Did you have any challenges to speak about in this?
The major challenges with this one was mainly the clear span beam because it was so heavy. We used this, it's basically stacked 2x6s. They're about 16 inches wide. They weigh almost 1,000 pounds. And we needed about 4 guys to lift this thing in place.
Wow.
And now if we have the ability, and also we would have got a forklift or a sky lift, something to lift it in place, but the terrain was so erratic and so challenging, we had to lift it by hand.
Wow.
So we had about 4 or 5 guys. We used some come-alongs and basically built the deck on temporaries, and then came back and then set the beam. And once they set the beam, then they squared everything up, and then they could, then we could trim it out and make it look nice and pretty. But the beautiful thing is you got that clear span view, which is sometimes challenging for builders, but we were able to work with our client. They understood what we were up against, and they gave us leeway, and it made it happen. And even the entryway here, we had so much beautiful flagstone existing. We had this little bit of retaining wall by the the steps, and we did like a 2-color pop. We got a dark oak stain on the beautiful the regular decking boards, and then we did the Chippendale rails, which we painted. And if you look at the end of the staircase, there's a nice decorative bracket as well there. So.
Yeah, that is just so pretty. I love the dark stairs. Are you finding that's a trend too?
Oh,
that
yeah.
People like really the dark woods now?
The beautiful dark oak stain,
yeah.
Especially if you do the painted rails a light color, you have that dark light contrast, and it just looks amazing. And a lot more trends are going, hey, I like this look.
Right.
And so it's sort of like more of a staple. In some cases, this is a 2-color pop, as we call it. You got the dark stain and then the columns, the handrail, the lighter color. In some cases, we can get 3 colors in it, but the 3rd color would be the furniture color there.
Yeah, it's beautiful. So I know that whenever you do anything, like people will, one of their first questions is, how much does it cost? But you use only really high-quality materials. And tell me why it's so important to use these materials when building outside.
The biggest thing is we're exposed to weather and elements, and even in the regular day, you can go from like 40 degrees in the morning to about 60, 65 during the day. So it's better to use higher quality materials. We always use everything on the top of the deck when you're standing on. It's number 1 grade 6x6s, number 1 grade 2x4s, number 1 grade 2x2s. Everything you stand on is a number 1 grade.
Right.
It's imperative for us to use that to get a better finish, a better fit, a better quality, and it shows in all the projects that we do.
And the last thing you want to do is invest in an outdoor project, and 2 or 3 years later, it looks terrible. It's so many elements.
So many people, they always laugh. You hear guys, they're Frank, you're $5,000, you're $3,000, you're $10,000 more. And I go, before you make that decision to go with the other guy, please get in your vehicle, go see the other person's work, see my work, and then make your decision.
And see how it stands the test of time.
Yes.
Right.
I recently had a young lady, Miss Mathis, and she wanted to go see work that we did 5 years ago. So we set a day for Saturday, arranged a couple clients to go see, and she was impressed. And, we moved forward with her. We're doing her job right now. It's in Sandy Springs. But the main thing is doing it the right way, taking care of the client, working with her, your ideas, your thoughts, your feelings. Make sure we get, the size you want. Make sure you get the access you want. Do you want staircase? Do you want 2 staircases? Do you want 2 doors? And then talk about the fit and the finish. Do you want this wood? Do you want composite? Do you want tile? What do you see? How do you want to use it? How do you want to enjoy it? And like I said, if we get all the information, we can make a command decision, and hopefully you're moving forward with us with the design, and then we'll come up with 3 designs for you, and get one that's going to best suit you.
Oh my gosh! Absolutely! Wow! Tell us about this.
This was amazing. This was a nice custom deck. It's definitely a green project. The main reason it was a green project is that we reused about half of the frame that was already there and rebuilt the other half because it wasn't there. We have this grand wide staircase. So we reused the framework. We used composite material. This was a fiber-on decking product and a Fortress metal handrail. So going green with the composite decking, going green with the metal rails, and going green with the white PVC trim, and then also reusing the framework made it a very green project. And it's sustainable. Like I said, this is one of those projects, all they have to do is basically hose it off every now and then when it gets a little dirty, and you're good to go. If they take care of it and clean it, at least once a year, I think this will probably last, easily 25, 30, 40 years, very easily.
It's beautiful. Do you want to show some pictures from your website? We can take people through some of these galleries on the website.
Sure. Why don't we did a lot of decks, so why don't we go to a porch project?
Where's the one that
How
you
about
wanna
this
see?
one? Yeah.
That's
Once again,
gorgeous.
Now here's a job we did a few years back. It was a Marietta job, and this is something very unique, and this is what we do. We actually met them probably like 5-6 years ago. We couldn't come up with a game plan, and then I followed up with them about a year later, and then we came up and basically designed something that's going to best suit their needs. And like on this porch here, they wanted a very large porch to entertain. You have a nice covered porch screened in, and then you have a nice wood deck on the outside. I think one of the requirements from the HOA was to do a beautiful, brick or stonework on the bottom. The lighting was imperative to make this thing pop. But it's simple, but it's clean, and we work together to make it happen for them.
I absolutely love that project. Now, that's not part of that same
No,
one, is it?
no.
Yeah. That is so pretty. Did you do anything on the under part of it?
Really just the columns on this one here. Mm-hmm. The budget got a little tight, so we were focusing in on finishing the porch for them.
Yeah. Let's talk about any of these others. You want to do some additions and sunrooms?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Put
Which one?
Yeah, this one right here.
This is amazing.
Yeah.
Just a little pool in the house.
Yeah, this is one of those projects where, it was a sunroom. It was over in Dunwoody. And basically we have a swim spa pool from Endless Pools. We got a spa, from ThermoSpa. And basically recessed that into the floor. Beautiful Mexican tile, high vaulted ceiling. I think one of the key things in this pool was everything was custom. There was custom windows from Pella, custom skylights from Velux, custom tile, and also the one reason why it doesn't smell like the YMCA, the client did a chlorine-free filter. And this was a 300, and I got to tell you a story. The pool guy, we're at the pool guy, we're with Mr. Morgan, and he's spending over $300,000. And he's like, how much for the chlorine, filter thing? Chlorine-free. Oh, it's about $575. I don't know if you want it. Me and Mr. Morgan kind of chuckled. He goes, yeah, let's put it in.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's relatively small and indoors, so you would be smelling chlorine.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's
small amount.
that's the
something
one
like
thing that people don't realize. If you put a pool inside, you got to get that chlorine. The chlorine will permeate through the air. It'll destroy the trim and all the other things.
Really?
Yeah. So the chlorine-free filter is absolutely imperative that if you do something inside. If it's outside, it's not too bad, but inside, you definitely need it.
Definitely. Okay.
That's a huge tip.
And I love like the kitchen in here. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, that was a custom kitchen. We brought a custom kitchen guy in. Custom made the cabinets. I believe they were maple wood, and more traditional style. We had that brick exterior, so we kept that brick exterior of the home. Used that as a backsplash. The open glass. The beautiful under cabinet lighting, and then we did the above soffit rope lighting. It just a lot of little features to this thing. There were some floor lights that shine upward on the brick fireplace. So, like I said, the lighting, the cabinets, the open glass, the tile, the swim spa, the pool, and then the hot tub spa. The high quality products. I mean, yeah, it was a project, and the results were amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see if we have a few more of that. So, just a different view on that, or
Yes.
tell me a little bit about this.
Well, like I said, they wanted a lot of natural light. So we had it once again, and some of these windows were fixed, and some of those windows were the crank out casement windows. And then once again, I think we did a 6-pack of skylights on the top on each side, and then we have the triangular lights on the angles as well. So this is one of those things where very, very challenging job, but very, very aesthetically pleasing. A lot of natural light, a lot of things just really came together.
If I had that in my house, I would just live there.
Yes.
I would love to sit at that table and just eat and then get in the spa. That's amazing.
Yes.
You want to talk about this?
Well, this is on the outside of that same house.
Oh, wow, the same thing.
Yes. So once again, we actually finished a part of the basement, but then we had a nice deck, and we came in with just a high quality southern yellow pine type of decking. I think we did some cedar handrails as well, and then we did custom rails that were hand twisted iron from Fortress. We have an underdeck system. It came out with a two-tone color, and we did an acid stain on the concrete. The landscaper helped us out with some beautiful stepping stones. Landscaped that area very nicely. So you got indoor, you got outdoor, and you got underneath to have an area to enjoy as well.
Wow, and they have such a beautiful yard to enjoy too. I love the fall colors. This was all part of this, or
No, it's another
one?
project.
Okay, so tell us about this one.
This actually won the national award, in Cody, Contract Year Award at the national level.
Wow.
And
Those
for
are
addition,
so competitive.
yeah, it's challenging. It's it's an honor to be entered into
Huge.
it. And like I said, it's a unique project with the windows, with the layout. It's a simple design, but it's a clean design.
Very clean, very colorful.
Yeah, so you have a lot of, like I said, my window, like I said, I give credit where credit's due. My guy from Atlanta Specialty Millworks, Paul, they helped us out with the window design, with a big picture window, with the casement crank windows. We talked to the client, Mr. Costa, and then basically, he went with his recommendation. I think we got 4 skylights in it with the recessed lights. You got a big ceiling fan that we may not be able to see. Nice custom tile. And just overall, he's had a young daughter, and they had a playground in the backyard. So he goes, Frank, when I'm standing this, I want to be able to see my child play on the playground. If she slips and falls, I need to be able to see her so I can see if it's serious, I need to run down there. But, he's able to see everything in the backyard.
Yeah, I love that. And I love those huge windows because you just don't get any better than nature for decorating.
Yeah. The natural light. I mean, there's so many, there's some fixed windows above, there's skylights, and every side you have that big 6x6 picture window. Then you have the casement windows to the side, so you really can get a good view of the backyard.
Is it hard to keep these rooms like that with so much light coming in? Is it hard to keep it properly heated and cooled?
Well, like I said, when you do something like this, on this particular one, we put a separate heating and AC system in it called a mini split. They have a door that they can close on and close off. In some cases, we open up the opening, and then we can easily do like an upgraded system. So it isn't hard. It's got to be well thought out.
Yes.
And that's the thing. If you take the time, we have the knowledge, we have the experience, even with that swim spa pool, even with this. And this is an amazing job that we did. This was several years ago. But, he wanted the fireplace added, and a nice coffered ceiling. We put some recessed lights in. And like I said, most of the room was already there. So it was just really adding a fireplace and a coffered ceiling that kind of, finished off the whole room. And the beautiful hardwood floors, the color, the contrast, the light, the dark, it kind of made it pop.
Now, this says a lot about you, though, that people have worked with you, like on an outdoor project. They see the great work, and then they come back and say, we want you to do things inside the house. And that happens a lot, right?
Yeah, I mean, we're fortunate and blessed. Most of the work is outside. However, we're trying to transition. We can do the large projects. We can do, the design and build up to $360,000. Like I said, we can work with you. If we do an outside project, we'd love to do an inside project for you. And just sit down, talk with us, and see if it's a good fit. And if it is, we'd love to help you out.
So we only have a few more minutes. Is there any particular project you'd like to talk about? Do you want to talk about this, or is there any other projects you want me to go out to and talk about?
Yeah, you can pop that one up there. Okay. Once again, this was an interior model, and basically we gutted the whole first floor.
Wow!
And we moved a fireplace from point A to point B. I don't know if we have another picture of this, but maybe we do.
Is that the fireplace that you moved?
Yes, that's a brand new fireplace we put in there. On one side, basically it was stacked stone. We even recessed the stone. If you look closely at the TV, it's recessed inside the fireplace.
Yeah.
So it's like I said, a lot of attention to detail. We did have, I think, a young designer named Brittany, and she helped us out, with the layout and the placement of different stuff. So it's not just me. Sometimes we work with designers and architects, and I even think Chip Murray was the main architect in this. And we loved 90% of it. We just tweaked a couple of things to enhance it, and it all worked out very, very well. And that's the whole collaborative effort. It's not just me. It's our client. It's our designers. It's the architects. It's the carpenters making command decisions in the field. And together, we work together to make it happen.
Yeah, well, you certainly do. So the and more is really impressive. So we want to just let you know that this is, spring is coming up.
Yes.
You're going to want to be outdoors. Always consider Decks and More. They will sit down, have a very, good discussion, good at listening. Right?
I'm trying to listen, trying to learn, and trying to design something that'll best suit your needs.
Yeah.
We're here for you. Give us a call. We love to work with you and love to serve you.
Yeah, and is there any price that you, or is there a certain price point that you have? Are you pretty open to?
It's like I said, tell me what you want. I'll tell you the general ballpark. Everybody's afraid to give me, you tell me what you're looking for, and we'll say, hey, this is going to range. Maybe it's, like a wood deck could range from $30,000 to $15,000. I'll always give the high number first. Maybe it's a composite deck, could be $50,000 to $30,000. Maybe it's a room addition. Maybe this is from $80,000 to $60,000. We're going to give you a ballpark range. See if we're in that range of threshold. If we are, and it's a good fit for everybody, let's come out there and visit for you for free, and then we'll ask more questions, ask more details. And if you like what you hear, we'd love for us to engage us in design.
Right. And Decks and More is always a company that uses the best labor, the best materials, and when you are building outside, you absolutely cannot go cheap, or you may end up spending money that is worthless, having to have your deck taken down or redone. Mm-hmm. So those are the things definitely about Decks and More. We thank you for joining us today. Hope you have a great Friday and a great weekend.
Well, thank you. Love to create your outdoor oasis. We want to build what you want and deserve. We want to create your relax and retreat, your outdoor oasis. Get your input. With your input, our design team and our creative carpenters will design a plan that best suits your needs.